real original. Yeah, this is real original. Real original. Sign, seal, real original.
Welcome to the Real Original Podcast.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
I'm your host, Michael Sutton, as you may or may not know.
Real
Original.
Original.
Yeah, so
real because we talk about real estate, and real play on words are just it's more original
it's not
than others.
Really it is. I mean, it's hard to not have real estate come up or have this, be a channel where people who want to transact real estate or whatever, that's talked about. But really, the idea behind the Real Original Podcast is one, I like to have fun. So it's a little tongue in cheek. Like people are like, oh, you're doing a podcast? That's real original.
Yeah.
So it's a little tongue in cheek.
I like it.
And also, what I really wanted to do is highlight people who are real as in authentic and who are doing original things or who I see as original. And the kind of the connection there too is you don't have to look like some way or be some way, but you being authentic makes you very original because there's only one of you.
True.
So that's really the thought behind it. And so that's a great segue into my guest today is my good buddy, Arlo Nugent. Arlo, thank you for being here.
Yeah, man, happy to be here. You asked me to come do this, and I'm like, yeah, it'd be awesome, because this is what we do anyways. We get together, we talk, it's over food, it's over coffee, and now we're just doing it here for other people to see. Yeah. Maybe it's interesting, maybe they like it, maybe they don't, we'll see.
And that's the thing, there might not be that many people that see or watch this, but we'll see. Actually, probably, because, I'm just this little old real estate agent, who enjoys, sharing things and connecting with people and sharing my lessons. But you also have, beyond your real estate business, which is really successful and cool to see, and I've been around for a long time, you've got Arlo's Exotics, and your whole side is a car guy.
I love cars. I've always loved cars since before I can remember. My mom would tell me. So when I was 4 years old in Germany, and she would take me to a pre-kindergarten type thing, she said I would point out Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, and call them out by name. I don't even remember doing that.
That's pretty cool.
But I've just always been a car guy. It's just always been my thing.
So when you say you were a kid in Germany, are you German?
I am. Half biologically, half German. Was born in Germany.
Who's German, mom or dad?
My mom.
Mom's German, dad American.
Yep, American. Yeah.
Armed Forces?
Texas. Yeah, Armed Forces.
Yeah, there you go.
Texas,
Air Force?
which, he was in the Air Force. Okay. Yeah, he was in the Air Force.
See, I got some military friends.
Army too.
Okay.
Yep. So he did both.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that like?
My family moved here when I was 5 or 6 in '89. So I guess I would have been a little bit older than that, 6, 7, something like that. It was interesting because I went to school not knowing English in kindergarten. Imagine at that age being put into a room and you don't understand geographic boundaries, languages, cultures. You don't understand all of that. So I was put in kindergarten in East Tennessee, out of all places. Not a lot of foreigners there at the time. And kids that look like me are, they're talking, but I don't understand anything. So it was interesting. I learned English really quickly because that's how you learn languages, is through immersion. And the younger you are, the easier it is to pick up. Imagine learning Korean for you now out of a textbook.
That would be pretty tough, but it's my understanding you speak Korean as well.
Well, that's why I'm using Korean specifically. But imagine sitting here and you would look at it and you'd be like, I could never understand that.
Oh yeah,
I could never read that. But the reality is it's actually quite simple. It's a scientific language. So their alphabet pretty much lines up with ours, with the English alphabet, and it's truly phonetic. So think about the word cell phone. Not phonetic at all.
No.
Try to explain.
You've said that before because you pulled that out real quick, and I was thinking about that cell phone. That's not phonetic at all.
Try to explain to somebody learning English, an adult, why cell phone, why it's C then and not an S, why the PH instead of F, and it just sometimes is that way. It just is. Well, Korean is not like that. Korean is phonetically accurate always.
Spanish is kind of like that.
I don't know enough about it. I believe you. I know you do.
It's pretty much typically phonetic, and I think that's one thing about English. I mean, And the other thing too is even people who are native English speakers here in America barely can get there, and there, right? So it's like,
Yeah, they can't get it right here, and they're native. But I was put into basically like a rice village is maybe a little bit extreme, but I wasn't in a major city. I had to learn Korean out of necessity. So it's not like a lot of European countries where you hop in a taxi, imagine in Paris or even smaller cities, they speak English. Where I was, I would hop in and they stare at me for a little bit. And then I'm like trying to show them, like, and I don't know what I'm looking at on the map. I don't know where to go. Shine, I think that's how you say downtown, Shine. And they look at me and they finally understand. You can't even say left or right. Like, so anyways, I learned quickly out of necessity and full immersion. Full immersion when you're there, like I would just sit on the floor, had these Korean books, and I would just sit there and just study and study and study. So yeah, when I first moved here and I went to like the Convoy area, and I would go buy some Korean
Convoy,
food.
for any listeners that aren't from San Diego, is the best street in San Diego with the best Asian food restaurants on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'd walk in and like, you know, maybe I remember I was at a grocery store and some lady said something about me, and I just started talking to them and their faces turned all red. And I was like, yeah, whipped out a little bit of Korean, didn't expect that.
Love that. That's like I feel like American who doesn't speak more than English, that's like their fantasy, but they never actually get to do it.